Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. If you're new here, hi, I'm James. If not, thank you for coming back. But today is the 19th of January and it is publication day for a book I absolutely adored, Becoming Ted by Matt Cain. I got this in like November, I believe, last year, as a pre-publication copy via NetGalley. So thank you very much to you and also Headline Publishing House. And Matt Cain, I guess. I'll leave a link to NetGalley down in the description below, and also to Matt Cain's website where you can order his book from different suppliers. But yeah, so I thought I'd just give you my review of it when I read it, and a recommendation, because this book was so good. Yeah, so 100% 5 stars. I could not give it anything less. A real quick plot summary is we follow 43-year-old Ted. He's living a rather pleasant life. He has like a nice husband of 20 years, a lovely dog, a great best friend. He's like has a stable job working at his family's ice cream like parlor in like a little like seaside Lancashire town of St Luke's-on-Sea. And it's all nice, but like, how great is it really? Especially when he's had to hide his true passion throughout his whole life, and then his husband confesses that he's been having an affair and wants to like split up basically, and Ted has like cannot see like any like good coming from this. Like, he's like, oh my god, everything's just like shattering. But how wrong he was. Finally he gains the courage, with the help of many other people in his life, to pursue his dream of becoming a drag queen, and fully comprehend his dull, reserved and unauthentic life. In doing so, he embarks on the journey of becoming Ted. So yeah, this is a very short plot summary, and there's like there's a lot more that goes on. There's subplots, there's like different character storylines, but I like 1,000%, a million percent recommend this book, and I don't want to spoil anything. And I feel like the process of like reading it and having the stuff go through your brain and like understanding it firsthand is so much more rewarding, and yeah, so great. So I don't want to do any more spoilers. I'm just gonna like just talk about like my thoughts, I guess, of certain things. And yeah, so I said there is some plot points that I wasn't like too keen on, but I did like how it all came together, and it was just like a really like it was so satisfying, and I just yes, like it deals with quite a few like topics as well, specifically like toxic relationships and like gaslighting techniques, which Ted like understands and like grapples with, was apparent in his marriage and like with other characters as well. And he has like flashbacks to like the past, and oh my god, these are demarcated so well. They have like little ice creams, and like you literally get like transported back, and like you know exactly what's happening. You don't get taken away from the present day plot, and like there's like it's just such like a perfect amount of like detail, and it's just so great. I love them. I love them so much. Yeah, and just like exploration of like relationship dynamics and like understanding like possible like trauma, I think is handled very well. Yeah, and it's like eye-opening, emotional, and just like really gripping. And there's also like homophobia is like a present theme in sort of like how Ted and another character, Oscar, and Oscar's father, Andres, like externally in sort of like school and like when like in Poland, and it talks about like present day things like LGBT free zones and like anti-gay protests and marches, but a major part is like internal homophobia and how one can overcome it, and like the fact that like it's not easy, and like there's ups and downs, and like movements and forward and back and all like these things, and like no matter how much you love someone and like you want good things to happen to them, like people have to do things for themselves as well. And I think this was just it was really touching, and like really like when there's a certain things you can relate to, it's just so amazing. And that's what I love so much about books, like when you can relate to things, and it's just great. Yep. So this like self-discovery is like a prominent like motif, so I'm not gonna like say anything else. But yep. And now the characters, oh my god, I love them so much. There is like flaws, and like there's like nuances with all of them except Lily. She's the dog. She's perfect. Like she's Lily the dog. Like she is perfect. But the nuances like really like adds to their lovableness and like realness. Like they literally are like real people. So our main character, I put it like that because he is like the main character, but all of the Ted is all the chapters are in third person POVs. I was like thinking further for like this would be, I feel like it would be better as first, because I just feel like it would be better. But I actually really liked like this because you get like the story from other characters as well as it goes along, like their sort of lives, and then like in italics is like what they're like thinking in their head, and I just think that just like it just added up really well. So yeah. Yeah, so Ted is so likable. He is so sweet and funny and kind and just great, and like you really like feel for him, and like you experience so much of like what he's going through, and there's like so many like relatable aspects with him. Denise she is flawed, yep, but she's such a great personality and such a great friend, and like you understand certain things as it goes along. Oscar is just like the sweetest. Oh my god, he is adorable. I guess like deal with so much like trauma and like internal like homophobia and stuff, and it's just, yeah. Stanley is just fantabulous. He is iconic, super lovable, funny, a great personality, and like we also get to see some of his like painful parts as well, which is just great. I said Ted's parents, Hilary and Trevor, and his sister Jemima are like, they're okay. They're like, they're my favorite. Like they was all right. It was just like, but still, I enjoyed their being in it. Also say quick fire shout out to these great characters: Alison, Mariana, Mick, Pegleg, Pussy Squat, Mick and Andres. Love them all. Giles was definitely most unlikable. Well, Carl is, but like he's in it a lot less, but there is some redeeming qualities, and like I don't know, just read it to understand why I don't hate him fully. The writing is like, it's so addictive, it's so good. Like it really like it makes you read on, and like it fully encapsulates you. It's just like it was so hard to put this book down. Like I literally just like I just wanted to read and read and read because it was so good. But then at the same time, it's like in a predicament because I was like, I don't want these characters to go. I don't want to get rid of the story. I just want to stay with it forever. But like, oh, so good. But yeah, I am definitely going to be rereading this and revisiting St. Luke's on Sea and all its fabulous residents. And yeah, I wouldn't say the writing is particularly like amazing or like lyrical, or like the best, but it is very readable, and like there's lovely descriptions and like passages, and like the dialogue is so realistic and like witty and sharp and humorous, and just it's great. I had like so many like great quotes and like takeaways and like messages from it. So yeah, I love this so much. Yeah, so I so recommend it. It comes out today, and yeah, get yourself a copy if any of it sounds interesting. Yeah, hope you have a nice day, everybody. See you very soon. Bye bye.